Hi, everyone. Thank you. My name is Henry Chen. I'm a Uber driver in New York City. I'm also part of driver benefit group. We provide we partner with the Black Card Funds and Independent Driver Guild to provide the benefit to every Black Card driver in New York State. So today we're gonna have a regional director, regional managers, Robert Piechota from SBA, to talk about some of the questions that we wanted to ask, and for particularly for drivers who already applied for the PPP program, we need some clarifications. And thank you, Rob. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure, thank you, Henry, and thanks all of you for having me. My name is Rob Piechota, and I am the branch office manager for Long Island for the SBA district office. So I cover all Suffolk and Nassau County, and I'm just thrilled to be here to talk with everybody today.
Yeah, thank you so much. So we're just gonna get right into the question. The first question for drivers who already applied: how do drivers get their loan forgiven?
Okay, so that's a great question, Henry. So forgiveness is a major part of this program. And just a reminder, whatever is not forgiven will revert to a 1% loan over the duration of the loan. And it's a 2-year maturity loan with a 6-month deferment. The forgiveness portion of this program is not all or nothing. If you fail to be forgiven for all of it, it's just that portion that's not forgiven that will carry on for the duration of your 2-year maturity date. So I just want to make that clear. But you should be thinking forgiveness. So how do you utilize the funds effectively and in the right way so that it becomes basically it becomes free, or like almost like grant light? And the key elements as far as what you need to do is make sure you have a conversation, whether it be online or in person, with your lender. This PPP, Paycheck Protection Loan, is administered by SBA certified lenders. There's a lot of them out there. And if you need to find one, well, you've already got one, so I guess that's a moot point. But in essence, up to at least 75% or more of the proceeds of your loan needs to go to the principal purpose of the program: paying your employees and or yourself. If you are a qualified recipient, and I assume you are because you got the loan, then you need to document the wages you're paying yourself as though it was pre-pandemic levels. So some people recommend creating a separate bank account just so you have real specificity of where the money's going and the cash flow. Up to 25% can be utilized for other eligible expenses. With a driver scenario, it may not be as applicable, but if you've got a fleet, it would go to, if you have a rent or utilities or mortgage interest for your business, and you document saying those kind of expenditures together with the proof of where the paycheck is going to, in other words, yourself, you need to be able to provide to your lender a clear documentation trail of where the money was spent. At that point in time, when at the end of the 8-week period, you will ask for forgiveness. You must ask forgiveness of the lender. If you don't ask for it, you don't get it. So keep that in mind.
So I think the second question is very relevant to the forgiveness. So where can driver find loan forgiveness form?
So to give you a little context on the background noise, to give you some clarity, this forgiveness form just was released over the weekend. So a couple things has to have some meaning here. Number one, the banks are still working on assimilating how they're going to utilize it in their processes, as well as the SBA field offices, of which I am a part. So I really can't give you a whole lot of details on every element of the form, but you can find the form. It is on the Department of Treasury website. It's in the Federal Register and also SBA.gov website. You can go to it and find, it's an 11-page form. I will tell you this, at this point in time, many of you are probably maybe a week or a day or a couple of weeks into your loan. And this much I can tell you, if you go to utilize the form, at least look at it, there's some very good specifics on what constitutes your utility costs, because there was some vagueness about that beforehand. And it also talks about FTE, full-time equivalency. I don't know if you are doing this part-time or you're maybe an employee, you have a couple of part-timers, but you'll get some pretty good clarity on what constitutes a full-time employee, which is 40 hours per the form.
Yeah, so I guess the next question is, what can driver do to prepare for the loan forgiveness?
Well, that's probably the most important point of all so far, and I kind of alluded to it, but you just need to keep track of where the money is going. You don't want to commingle funds with other accounts. Ideally, you don't have to. Nowhere does it say you have to do this, but for your benefit, you may want to keep a separate account with these funds, because when 8 weeks is over and you're preparing to go back to your lender, you're going to be asked for an accounting. You're going to need to show payroll data, or if you use some other kind of system, you'll have to show good faith documents, very clear to show them this money went for the intended purpose.
So is there anything else you would like to say?
Well, again, keep tuning into this kind of a program. I think that the fact that we all are doing this today is really testimony to how important you all are and what a great organization you're part of. There will be some changes along the way. There'll be some things you're reading about, maybe with new legislation. I can't comment on what that may bring, but you're doing the right things. I mean, you are entrepreneurs, you're drivers, you're on the forefront of business and commerce. So the fact that you're on this call or watching this YouTube video tells me that you are serious and you will probably get the most forgiveness possible. So thank you for having me here today.
Yeah, and thank you so much, Rob. Just would like to say thank you again for working with Drivers Benefit, the SBA, working with us on this, those questions. And thank you so much on behalf of Black Card drivers in New York City and New York State. And thank you again for your time.
Well, thanks for all you do.